once again I'm gonna do a freaking DVD unboxing video. I picked up this today, and this one I mentioned in my last update, I think, when I had season 1 of a certain Swedish show. I said that I'd ordered the other 3 as well, and well, I said that there's only one DVD that is not Swedish in that one, so I might not unbox it, but I decided to do so anyway, because I also received these 3 in the mail when I got home from there. These were waiting for me. 1, 2, 3. Probably from the same place. Yeah, they're from the same place. So I will combine it and I will open them all in this video. And I also have 4 movies that I've watched recently that I thought that I could talk about as well. So let me start with these small ones, and I have scissors here because otherwise it takes forever to open these. It takes a long time still, because like you have to god damn it. If you have things to say, it doesn't really matter if it takes long to open, but I have nothing more to say right now, so this is kind of So I've ordered quite a few things. Let's see. Oh, I didn't think this was gonna be what it was actually, because it felt too light to be that. I thought that it was gonna be heavier because it's a TV show. So I figured, well, it's gonna have several discs. But this one weighs, well, not much. There we go. How many discs does it say? Well, anyway, it's a Huff season 2. I have season 1, and I actually made a video about season 1. I'm not sure when, but last year sometime. And I was talking about the show, and that it was kind of, I pretty much said that it's like too bad that I'll save this. There's a coupon for some discount or something. Anyway, they had no, not now. I'm completely lost. No, as I said, there's 3 discs in here, by the way. Okay, back to the beginning. I made a video about Huff season 1, and I said that it was too bad that only season 1 is released and that season 2 is not released. And I pretty much reviewed the show, and I recommended the show to whoever was watching. And so yeah, I'm very happy that my wish came true. Maybe I had something to do with it, maybe not, maybe not. But I'm very happy that this is finally released, season 2 of Huff. Very good show, really loved it, and I'm looking forward to continuing with this. Hank Azaria is great, Oliver Platt is great, then we got Blythe Danner, and this hot chick. She's more than a hot chick, but she's Paget Brewster. She's good too, but she is indeed very attractive. So that is that. Season 2 of Huff. Very good show. I recommend it to you again, by the way. Season 1 is very cheap. This one was not very cheap. It was kind of... I have been waiting for the price to drop, actually. And finally, it did drop a little bit. I mean, I saved, from waiting a few months, I think I saved a few pounds. Like 3 or 4 pounds. Well, I mixed them together, because there are several ones where I've done that. Oh, this is also... Yeah, I think it is also a TV show. Awesome. This one I'm gonna start with, because as I was saying, only a few pounds from waiting a few months. Is it really worth it? Yes, because if you do that several times, you're gonna save a lot of money. And this was the case with Huff and with this one. So already there's 2 items that I've saved. Well, on both of them, probably like 7-8 pounds or something like that. And it's still not a lot of money, but I mean, as I said, if you add it up on multiple items, I mean, it's gonna be quite a bit of money. So to me, it's definitely worth it, even though you have to wait a while. Anyway, I'm so happy to have this one. So happy to have this. This is season 7 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, I love this show. Actually, where you are right now, just look, just not even an inch to the right, and there are my It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia DVDs. Like the camera is almost touching the Christmas one. Anyway, so yes, I love this show, and I'm looking forward to watching yet another season. I'm guessing like 10 episodes as usual. No, 13. Maybe that's the usual amount. I don't know. Once again, they have bloopers, which is very fun to watch. Then the third one. This is not a TV show though. Can't be. I don't know what it might be. It's from the same place. I don't really keep track of from which sellers I've ordered which DVDs on Amazon, but I guess I do order a lot from this place. I don't know. Maybe this is all. What was it called? Something music. All. Well, whatever. There's a few companies on there which I have ordered from a lot. Anyway, this is obviously one of them, because only in this video there are 3 items from that seller. This is, oh yeah, I've heard, this is one of those movies that, you know, it's been a while since I mentioned him in my videos, but here we go again. Cool Duder, Sean C. Phillips. I think this is one of those comedies that he talked about years ago, and being like 16-year-old, having just gathered an interest in movies. Well, I liked movies before, obviously, but not in that way. Having just been becoming interested in movies and collecting DVDs and stuff, and being kind of impressionable, or well, whatever. A bunch of movies he talked about. I was like, oh man, I have to see that movie. It sounds so good. And this is one of them, I think. But I've never watched it. I never got around to watching it. And it actually has the sequel as well. Grumpy Old Man and Grumpier Old Man. Very much looking forward to this. Judging on the cover, I mean, I've always figured that it was Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon going sort of on a trip together, because it looks like they're out in wherever. But it seems like it's like some sort of neighbor feud. Well, I don't know actually, but I'm looking forward to this. I love Walter Matthau. I think that's how you pronounce it. Matthau. Well, anyway. And Jack Lemmon is great as well, and they've done tons of movies together. And possibly this is one of the most beloved ones in some circles. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to watching that. Actually, I got a... Well, I got one more of these. They didn't put them in the third one for some reason. So that's the three DVDs that I'm very happy to have. When they arrived and they didn't weigh that much, I figured, well, it's 3 movies. It can't be the shows, but it is the shows, and I'm very happy about that. So now we'll move on to this one. This is from where? Disc shop, maybe. You'd think it says, yeah, it says disc shop here. Yeah, as I said, there's only one DVD that is not Swedish. Actually, before I start with the DVDs, yeah, I know, and I just did that unboxing of the American Candy that I ordered. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, it should be up, I think, the video where I unbox a bunch of American Candy. If it's not up, then it's gonna be up soon, I think. Anyway, I got more. 3 Reese's peanut butter cups, white chocolate. These are probably the best American candy that I've tasted so far. I mean, my favorites, and I got 3 of them. And add that to all the other stuff I bought, I need to go for a couple of jogs to get rid of that. Anyway, I bought these before I knew that I was going to get all the other stuff, but I don't care. So let's start with the DVD that is not Swedish. There's actually only 4 Swedish DVDs too, so there's not a whole lot of them. But anyway, actually this one does have a Swedish director, but I didn't think of that. It's called Spun. I think most people have heard about this. By Jonas Åkerlund. Actually, I have another movie by him here. I'll show it to you after this. Uncensored director's cut. Very good cast. Jason Schwartzman, Brittany Murphy, Mickey Rourke, Menna Suvari, and Peter Stormare. It's hard to say in English. I am Swedish, so it makes no sense in a way for me to say it in English. But anyway, Jonas Åkerlund, he seems to well, they're both Swedish, Peter Stormare and Jonas Åkerlund, and he has used Peter Stormare in all 3 of his movies, because Åkerlund, he has only directed 3 movies: Spun, Small Apartments, and the one that I'm about to show you. And in all 3 of those movies, he has casted Peter Stormare. I'm not sure how big part he has in this one, but in the other 2 he doesn't have a very big part, only kind of co-starring. But yeah. Anyway, so Spun. I've heard that this is a crazy movie. So and then we got Blomstertid. I love this guy, Peter Magnusson. It's the same guy on all 3. All 3 characters is the same guy. It's supposed to be some sort of mockumentary, and he films 3 people. He follows 3 people or something like that, and they're all played by Peter Magnusson. And I really like him. He's been in a bunch of stuff that I like. And well, mainly one show that I have loved since 2004, I think. And this show, I never knew it existed actually. It's from 2009. So somehow I have missed this one. And then we got another 3 seasons of a show. I think I mentioned it in the beginning of this video. I had season 1 in my last one, and here I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm just gonna show you them. We got the rest of the 3 seasons here. Svenska hjärtan, season 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, I'm just looking at the characters here, because the first season, which I have finished and I showed it to you in my last update, that's from 1987. Season 2 is from 1989, Season 3 from 1995, and Season 4 from 1998. So the characters, they changed a little bit. Well, this is a very nice surprise. If I look at the back of Season 3 here, I see Jarl Borssén. I think he recently died, didn't he? Maybe, I think so. I mean, yeah, anyway, maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe I mixed him together with someone else. Anyway, I really like that guy, and he is in this season quite a bit, it seems like, because his name is before some of the main actors from season 1 who stayed along until the end. So obviously he's a you know, whatever, main actor. And as you can see here as well, it says 1 for 59, 2 for 99. It only says so on one of them, but I paid 14 for these each. Very good price. As I mentioned before, they celebrate 14 years as a company, so they have a couple titles for that price, 14. So yeah, another 3 seasons of this show. Very much looking forward to it. Season 2 is 360 minutes. Season 3 is also 360 minutes. Season 4 is 470 minutes. and this is the only one that has special features. It has an interview with the maker of the show, female, Karin Mannheimer. Anyway, that's that. I'm just very excited to have these. Now I'm gonna show you that other Åkerlund movie that I was talking about, and I watched it last night. Horseman, or Horseman of the Apocalypse, or whatever. So with Spun, I now have seen, well, I haven't seen it yet, but when I have seen it, I will have seen all of his movies. And again, it's only 3, but still. Yeah, this was okay, not great. It's one of those extremely far-fetched mystery thrillers, investigations, you know. This one is pretty brutal, actually. Borders on horror in some scenes, for sure. So this will probably go in the horror section. But yeah, not great, but I did enjoy most of it. It has a pretty good cast too. Yeah, well, an okay cast anyway. And then we have a movie called Fast Food Nation, which is by Richard Linklater, and it seems like he's kind of a hit or miss director. He's done like before Sunset, Sunrise, Sunset, and Midnight. I've only seen the first 2, but especially the first one is incredible. So those are obviously very highly beloved or revered or whatever. And then he's done some movies that are kind of shitty, I'm guessing. And this one it's not shitty, but it feels like propaganda, actually. Feels like he kind of might as well could have made a documentary about this subject, because I don't know. I mean, it's not propaganda, but it's like, I don't know. It's like he wanted to convey something, and he used fiction to do so. But and it doesn't work for me. I'm still gonna eat hamburgers. God damn it. Well, I never do, but this doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop whenever I do so, you know. But I kind of liked it. I kind of enjoyed it, but just by the end, it's like, no, like the message and whatever. I just didn't like it that much. And I should mention too about I'm not sure how I should express myself, but it's about all these different stories. There's 4 different stories, I think 4, concerning sort of the same subject or the same topic. And usually I find that pretty entertaining when they have 4 different ones, and I did here too, but something about this one didn't really work. They don't really intertwine with each other, as far as I can remember. They're kind of related in some ways, but I don't know. Maybe there's three different ones actually. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But I thought that not great, not too well pulled off, I guess. But it was okay. Next one is a kind of hit and miss, but it definitely was a great movie. Still, you know, despite, that's the word, despite the shitty stuff. Anyway, it's the Untouchables, and it is indeed known as a great gangster movie, and it was a great movie, but there are a few things which sort of holds it back a little bit. Like Ennio Morricone, he's usually known for making fantastic music, soundtracks. And I'm not sure. I usually don't listen to the music as good music, or I don't pay attention to whether or not the music is great in a movie. I mean, of course it happens, but usually I don't, to be completely honest. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that his music did not fit the movie very well. In some scenes, the scenes should have been much darker, grittier, and there was this uplifting, happy music, and I was like, what the hell, they're killing people. And it's not like it's a black comedy either. I just thought that it was weird. It didn't really fit together. It should have been a little more, I don't know, a little grittier, I guess, because it is very violent at times. It doesn't take away from that, but anyway, and then also it was kind of cheesy, but despite it all, It's a great movie, and if it was just if some aspects of it were better, it would be even better. Kind of makes sense, but you know. And then the last movie is a Swedish movie. I watched it. I want to say last night, but it was actually. It's 4. I'm not sure if you can see the clock there, but it's 3:40 p.m. I watched this one before I went to bed at like 5 a.m. Or well, yeah, around that time. I finished it at around 6 a.m. I think, or 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 actually. And then I went to sleep. Yeah, I didn't plan on watching it all, but I did. I enjoyed it. Did I mention what movie it was? Sorry, I'm so distracted. Underbara älskare. Now I know what the English title is. It's called Suddenly in English. And this does have English subtitles as well. So if you would happen to come across this, let's say you're in Sweden, and if you happen to find this DVD, it does have English subtitles. So just so you know. Anyway, yeah, it was quite good. Like takes place at the Swedish sort of summer, very summery, typical Swedish summer place. At least this sort of archipelago. I'm not sure if it is an archipelago, but it certainly does look like it. It's about a father and a son, and their trip there, and how they have to deal with the death of the mother and another of the sons in the family. Because early in the movie there's a car crash, and the father is driving, played by Mikael Nyqvist. He's driving, and the whole family's in the car. The wife dies, and the youngest son dies. So it's only the oldest son and the father left. So, and sometime after this, I think it might have said 9 months, or was that another movie? It doesn't matter. So yeah, sometime after they obviously constantly try to deal with this, and it's not that easy. But they go to this archipelago type place, the father and the son, and it's excuse me, it's a very nice movie at times. I kind of did like it. I'm guessing like 6.5 out of 10, something like that. That's my rating. Which is not a great rating, but it does have some Swedish elements that I don't like. Which is, I can't explain what I mean by that. I just think that there are some things where they appear in Swedish movies all the time, and they annoy me a little bit. And very hard to explain what exactly I mean. I know what I mean, but it's hard to convey. But yeah, it was good, for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay, so that's the haul for today. Oh shit, 23 minutes. This is the stuff that I showed you. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.